changes God to Zeus. And he is greening off, so we are off. So, spawning in the bottom of the map, we have our 1v1 team experts, Ghost like Zeus. In the middle position, Spoeft, Zeus. And on the flank here, Adafang, Zeus. In the top of the map, we have as the raw player in the teal color. In the middle, pocket position, Count Von Count as Uranos. And on the opposite flank, Swedish Chef as Zeus. So this map, Savannah, you always start with hunt somewhere. Rhinos, Gazelle, usually rhinos are your starting hunt. It looks like Ghost Lake has found 4 here, a nice patch of 4. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky to find the rhinos. We see Spoef's rhinos back here. Adafang having nice rhinos to the town center. Rhinos here for our raw player. Count taking some damage on that citizen though, but taking down the rhino. Gonna be able to hunt with it. All players getting hunting dogs. Chef, all players found the rhinos pretty easily. The 1v1 experts, Adafang, just talking strategy here. Alright guys, it's just me commentating. I'm going to be a solo commentator for this game, so I'll try not to switch back to the chat too often. I want to keep my focus on the game as much as possible, as I'm sure you guys would like as well. We see Bolt Power going down. Killing the villager here. 2 villagers down for Urt. Ghostlake as well using his bolt power. So both of the bolts goes down to hinder Urt. 2 villagers early on is huge at this stage of the game. As we see, he only has 8 villagers. As we see, Savannah usually has some good back gold mines. We see a few back gold mines here, back gold mines here. Chef throwing up his temple fairly early. He's going to use that temple to get that hero out and do some harass early on. So pretty standard play by all teams here. Of course, the 2 bolts on this raw player, setting him back quite a. He is throwing up his temple right now. Count by Count looking to do a 430 on this map, pretty standard for high hunt build. As Uranos, of course, Chef throwing up some walls. Now, walls are going to be key on this map. They help protect your resources on just like any other map, but it just helps so much. If you're a new player to this game, learn to build walls in the correct spots. It can save you the game pretty much. You can win the game. Some games are decided on having smart walls, so be sure to utilize them. And I expect all players to be throwing up some conveniently placed walls at some time in this game. We see the hero out here for Ghost Lake, as well as the hero out for Swedish Chef. Looks like they're just going to miss each other. both heroes trying to find their hunt, trying to find what the other player is hunting, kick them off a hunt, and do some harass early on. Maybe picking up a relic or two. As we see, Ghostlike picks up the Thundercloud Shawl, which is 5% human soldier pierce armor. Swedish Chef found the hunt of Ghostlake. Just pushing him off hunt, causing all this idle time, and the villagers are heading back. These villagers are very low health. One of the things that makes a good player, now Chef knows that these villagers are going this way. He knows where they're going to be. Actually, they are coming out here, which is a little bit odd. I'm not sure where these villagers are going. Oh, they are building military academies out here. 2 military academies, 1 archery range. As we see Chef advancing through Hermes. All players are advanced except for Spoift. And then Spoift advanced. All 3 of the Zeus players on the 1v1 expert team did go Athena, so they will have that restoration, triple restoration. The Centaur's coming out. A little bit bad for Chef, taking damage on that Centaur. He's going to take even more. Some miss micro here. The Centaur's half dead. The Jason for Outafang all the way on the other side of the map, harassing Chef. And Ghostlike did get up these 3 buildings here. And manages to kill the Jason. Urt coming out with some spearmen here. He is making 3 barracks, so he'd probably be looking to classical fight here. The Ranos player here, kicking off Spoift off this hunt here. Very good, probably going to be able to kill this Vil here. Now Ghostlike coming in very hard, as well as with Atafang's Minotaur, which just died, and Atafang's Jason. With the assist of that, he's doing some real damage on Chef here, kicking him off this gold mine. He has to be careful not to be too ambitious and lose too many units here. Chef has to be thinking about maybe throwing up a wall here and upgrading towers. And not losing these units one by one. This is bad for Chef here. As Shifting Sands does go down. Looks like he did shift 3 villas here. And did kill them all, so that's going to put Atafang back a little bit. We see he's building back in his base. 2 archery ranges, 2 military academies. The Aranos player coming over to assist Chef. As the game does lag a little bit. Spoift was fast proxy with other people, so hopefully as the game goes on it will lag less. That Minotaur being out of position is just going to get picked off very, very easily here. As we do see it dies. Count needs to back up his Termo. He can't lose these hero Termo like this. This is very bad for him. 2 hero Termo down. He's going to lose the 3rd if he doesn't realize. Forward town center for Urt. I'm not sure why these Cav didn't try to kill a few villas here. He does have these, Urt does have these spearmen to protect, and the town center does go up.
User joined your channel.
What's going on there, 7up?
Hey, chicks.
Still in your first game?
Yep, we're still in the first game. 9 minutes into the game.
All right.
So we see we see a nice raid here by Urt. Maybe gonna pick off a few villas here. Spoift a little out of position with his units, causing this idle time. These units will come in and save the day a little bit there, though. Nice raid by Count. Nice raids overall by the team MPT. They're doing a really good job to capitalize on killing vills, causing idle time. And this is what you have to do if your opponent is full on aggression. You have to make the conscious decision that, okay, his army's all at my base. If I send a few units to go, he's not going to have anything to protect as Shockwave does go down, and Count's going to kill a lot of these villas here. It's a big loss for Ghostlike here. Ghostlike's army, he recognizes it's full on. All of it's here. As Restoration does get cast. Looks like is heroic. 9% Hathor. And Ghostlike just not being able to push in so hard with that Restoration. Adafang coming in with pretty much his whole army here. Gonna probably try to force a double team on Chef. But Count, meanwhile, back here just picking off Vill after Vill after Vill. And all these Vills, if Count micros correctly, should lose. And Ghostlike is fighting now with them. This is very bad. Ghostlike is just losing everything here. Ghostlike is gonna lose all these Vills. Coming over to help with the Spearman. All these Toxotes here are able to force them off. And Chef losing a lot, losing his whole army here to this double team. The Aranos player meanwhile doing a ton of damage to Ghostlike in the back. Ghostlike having a total of 17 villagers this stage of the game. This is huge. You always have to make the decision. Is what Ghostlike doing at the front here worth the trade-off of losing all his vills back here? And I don't think it is. I really don't. Chef being able to hang on. Adafang coming around his back here. Adafang sending in more units. Spoaf sending in even more units. He has these units here. They're just going to try to triple team Chef here to make this damage that they're sustaining in the back by Count's raids worthwhile. And it's just a matter of trade-offs right now. Both Ghostlike and Chef have the same economic upgrades. As we see Ertz God Power here. The Locust killing a lot of Vills. We see that Ertz the only player in Heroic. 2 restorations left for the 1v1 expert team. Migdol gets up just in time at this town center, securing this gold mine here. There's a lot of units here that could really cause some damage. And as you see, the damage Chef has taken a lot of damage. His score is still under 1,000. Even though Count Von Count was able to kill a lot of Vills here, you could see in the score that the damage that Chef took was really bad, even in comparison to losing all those Vills. And Ghostlike just putting the pressure on. Adafang with his whole army attacking the front as well. Not much happening at Adafang's base here. This is where the fight is. This is where they've decided to triple Chef. And actually has a quite sizable army to deal with what Adafang has here. Count by Count also has some units here. But Chef just continuously, he can't mass an army. He gets his units picked off one by one, and it's not good. As we see Adafang using Restore on both the armies here. Players are going to have to retreat. All the units are full health now. Adafang with some stray units back here. probably protecting this town center. Shockwave does go down by count on count, and they're just going to be able to pick off all these units here if they're lucky. And they do, and they are forced to retreat. Even after the restoration, the Shockwave. The middle Zeus player here spoofed on 3 TCs, as well as the middle player here, count on count. So both the pocket players are doing a lot of boom style here, just sending units over to help their opponents on the triple team here. Both Ghostlike and Chef, 1 TC, as well as Urt and Adafang, 2 TCs each. It's very smart. Each player has mirrored their own opponent in their position for TCs. And what you want to do typically, say for a 1v1, if your opponent's taking a second TC, then you should take a second TC as well. Or decide to put the pressure on because your opponent has invested a lot of resources in that TC. But a very common thing is that we see that mirrored TCs here, and that's what we see in this game. So Chef just trying to recover as much as possible from the double team here. We see it looks like these villagers are going to move in and try to take this town center. A big raid going on here with all these citizens here. Fortress being thrown up here, securing the center of the map here in this position. Not much going on this side of the map, like we said. The fight before was here, but I think that's over. The earlier pressure's over. Now each player is deciding to boom. Ghostlike taking this town center. Chef taking this town center. They're going to back up, assess the damage that they've taken, keep the raids up, keep the fighting up, and at the same time move to the next stage of the game. Get your upgrades, advance to the next age, and see where you go from there. Try to capitalize on your improvement that you had, and the players that sustain damage are trying to capitalize on the fact that they need to get back into the game. They need to boom. They need to get all their upgrades. They need to get their stuff sorted out here. So from this sort of game, we're just going to see small raids, and both teams trying to secure their position on the map. As we see, Chef quickly grabbed 3 town centers. Mass Toxotes here, 21 Toxotes. As we see Urt with a nice strong chariot army here. Count on count, typical early mythic Heke here. Satarian Gate does go down on the Spoft here, hitting this town center, Ghostlike's town center, and Spoft's town center here. The only player in Mythic. Chef, Adafang, and Ghostlike still in Classical. Spoft, the middle player, is Heroic. And now through FIS, so we see the middle players each going to Mythic relatively fast. Now the fight has shifted to this side of the map now. This side of the map, Chef's side of the map, relatively quiet here. Raid's going down with these Toxotes here. Ghostlight coming back with his army here. Moving these villagers out of the way. And really unlucky for Ghostlight, his armies, he doesn't notice that Chef's army here is, Chef's picks off half these units here. Really unlucky for Ghostlight. He should have spotted that. Chariot's coming in here. Adafang was able to see that this raid was coming in. Flared for his opponent. As we see Count Von Count researching Titan Gate, and Titan Gate going down. He's going a fast Titan, and I think it's what we have to see here, because the Hephaestus middle player here is so strong. The Mythic Gauge of Zeus is so strong that the Mythic Gauge of this Mir here Uranus player can't compete with it unless he goes this Titan. We see did go through Osiris. He hasn't used the Osiris God power yet. Underworld for Adafang, he is heroic. The only players not heroic or farther is Chef and Ghostlake, as they did sustain a lot of damage in the early game. The Hesperides tree is being casted to protect any god powers that might fall on this this Titan Gate here. And that Hippocon was just trying to stay alive for a god power to be casted. Maybe Underworld. So the gate is 50% up. It looks like at this point it will get up unless a player is able to. He did throw up these these towers here to protect the gate. Unless an Underworld is gonna be able to be casted, which I don't think they're gonna have a good location or time, because Art's keeping them occupied at the front here. Spoef does have these Colossi, does have these siege here. We see not much going on. A nice raid here by Chef at this back gold mine for Spoef. And these villagers really have nowhere to go, as we do see Adafang hits Hephaestus. Like I said, the Mythic Age of Zeus is very, very strong. Chef through heroic. Spoef sending some units over. Just these 2 units are a lot that Chef cannot counter right now. He doesn't have the ability to counter Ghostlake's army and these 2 units here, but we do see the Titan coming out for Count Von Count. My guess is that it will probably try to secure this middle location or go after town centers. Count Von Count has not researched Mythic Rejuvenation yet. Now I really would like to see, as soon as you hit Hephaestus, you have to have a few armies thrown down. You have to get that Forge of Olympus. See, we see the armies are thrown down for Adafang. A little late. He is getting these armory upgrades a little late. I would have liked to see it as soon as he had hit Hephaestus, but he is getting them now. The armory upgrades will be pumped out because Hephaestus has a tech tree research that allows your armory upgrades to be Much, much cheaper. Mummy's out by Urt to deal with any Colossi from the Mythic Age of Zeus. The Titan just coming through this middle location here. At this point in the game, I don't see that much. Both of these players are the Mythic Age of Zeus, which is so strong. And I don't see the Raw player or their Ranos player being able to counter anything they have. If this Titan can't do anything productive, they will probably lose the game. This Titan just trying to put Ghostlike back. Ghostlike is recognized as the weakest player on this team in this game right now, and this Titan just trying to set him back even more and more, so that Chef can get up, get recovered, and help out with this over here. As we do see the Son of Osiris God Power being casted. Underworld goes down. Where did it get casted here? Right in the middle of the map here. From all his military buildings here to the middle of the map. This Titan's still doing work on Ghostlike's town centers. Count Von Count is trying to take this town center here, but the Underworld is will be able to secure this location back again and kill all these villagers here. It was a somewhat defensive Underworld though, so he won't be able to use it for underworlding to the back of the base, maybe to stop another Titan gate from going up. Ghostlike sitting on only one town center as of right now. This forward town center here. Trying to be pressed on by Chef. Chef still noticeably behind, as well as Ghostlike, from that early trade-off that they had. We see Urt forcing his way through here. I think he should send these catapults, these armies over to kill the Underworld and then worry about this town center here. The Underworld is able to see this Bellerophon couldn't get over here to assist Ghostlike from Count's push here. I think Urt should really recognize that he needs to kill this Underworld. Chef sieging Ghostlike's only left town center. This Titan going around just killing off town centers. All these units are following him, all this population. Battlefront does a ton of damage to the Titan though. Count did research the Mythic Rejuvenation. Myth units regenerate 2 HP per second. So that Titan won't go down easily. Mass Myrmidon here. Myrmidon are arguably the best unit in the game here, and both players have a ton of them. Like I said, the Mythic Age of Zeus is just so strong. It's hard for the Egyptian player. It's definitely hard for the Ranos player to counter. As we see Chef going Mythic himself. Ghostlike still on 0 town centers. He is taking this town center back. The Titan half dead already with the Bellerophon, the Myrmidon, and the Colossi just following it around, as well as the heroes. And I would have liked Urt to kill this Underworld. If Urt had killed this Underworld, Chef could have secured this town center very easily. Myrmidon do have bonus damage first buildings, 100% damage versus buildings, just a crazy insane unit. And you just saw how fast that town center went down. He is putting villagers through the underworld to repair it as well. That underworld easily full health. Meanwhile, the mythic age of a Swedish chef is trying to force Ghostlike on the front here, keeping him off this town center. Ghostlike spamming a lot of Manticore, very good unit. That Titan walking around just still trying to deny players off the town centers. Urt being pushed back a little out of this location. I still would like him to just get a few catapults on this underworld here. Stop the support. Ensure the Count can take this town center here. This easy access for this underworld that this underworld is providing is a huge detriment to Team MPT right now. And that Titan is going to fall very quickly. Chef does push through this location though. This is what the Titan allowed. It allowed Ghostlike to be set back farther, Chef to get back on his feet here, and be able to push through the front. At the cost of Urt being doubled a little bit here by Spoft and Adafang. Chef needs to really push in through here at this location. I don't like this at all. I mean, forget these barracks for now. Kill the underworld. Kill the underworld first, then worry about the barracks. Look how many military units or military structures Adafang has back here. This is doing nothing. This is a waste of time. I don't like this at all. This Colossi and these Myrmidon coming back here to do some harass on the trade here. As the game goes late game, as we do see Adafang getting that Titan Gate researched. As the game goes late game, the game becomes more about who can gold starve, who can come back here, block trade, deny town centers. And Chef pushing in strong with these Colossi and with these Heliopolis. This Colossi and these Myrmidon taking down this market though. Another market is back here though. As we do see this Titan Gate starting to get built by Adafang here. Ghostlike very far behind because of the Titan. And now Chef is just going to storm through here. He's going to need some support from Spof, the middle player here. As we do see the Bellerophon, the Heroes, and the Colossi here. Chef trying to take this town center immediately. Spof taking this town center. Ghostlike sitting on 0 town centers right now. Basically out of the game at this point. He has no town centers left available to be taken. Chef is taking this one. Spof took this one. And a catapult finally on that underworld there. And I think that underworld will fall. If Adafang is not careful and realizes to repair it. And I would like, he still needs to just get all these units until the underworld is killed. All Adafang has to do is send 3 villagers in here and repair the underworld fast. But that underworld will fall. Which is going to be a win for Team MPT here as they push through. Spoilt going through the Titan Age. Ah, we do see Chef. Chef used his underworld from his base over, and he's going to deny this this Titan Gate. It will fall. Very nice use of the underworld here. Chef used it from this location to here, killing the Titan Gate. The underworld does fall though. These units pretty much dead. He sacrificed the underworld to get the Titan Gate down though. Very good trade. And Spoil taking this town center here. At this point, Ghostlike just says, I can't do anything much in this game. Take my town centers and get the population to fight back. tons of Myrmidon, Heliopoli, Colossus, these 3 units, as well as the Belfar, the 4 signature units of Zeus. The best units in the game. We see Spoeth throwing down his Titan Gate. Underworld left for Spoeth, Restoration left for Spoeth, Ceasefire by Chef. The only god powers left in the game by these players. We do see Ghost like Underworld from here to here. It's a little bit of a curious location, but it allows him to fight on this front and the middle as well with the few units that he does have left. Meanwhile, Chef just forcing in through here, trying to take out this town center. Earth and Count coming through this location. And at this point the game is pretty much 3 versus 2, with Spoeft having 5 town centers of population. But he will lose this town center right here very quickly. So I do see this very good turnaround for Team MPT here. It does look very good for them, as Ert was able to sustain a little bit of the double team there and not lose much ground. At this point, I would like to see Spoeft here using his Underworld to come back here, wall trade, and harass the trade a little bit, late game things. Using his Underworld, sending villagers through, towering up the trade line here. At this point, you have to recognize that you have to cut off resources from your opponent, as Count is forcing in through here. Chef is forcing in through here. Spoeth just doesn't have enough population to deal with both of these at the same time. Ert holding very strong here against the Mythic Age of Adafang. Ert and Chef both do the Secrets of the Titans. And this Titan Gate will go up 90%, 91, 92. And it just comes down to, as these Heliopolis try to come in here and deny this Titan Gate. It won't happen though, I don't think it will, as the Titan Gate gets up. And now it just comes down to, how can Spoef use this Titan to win the game? I still think he needs the Underworld to the back here. He needs to start walling off trade. He needs to throw up some towers back there. You need to start fighting for the resources that the players need, and that is gold right now. Ghost like with his just no town center population army, just trying to help out here. Like I said, he can't do much. He's pretty much out of the game. As Adafang asks GG. He knows that Spoef can't handle this double team here. He knows that Ghost Lake's pretty much dead. Titan Gate going down for Ert. Titan Gate going down for Chef. As Adafang does resign, and this is just going to be GG, Team MPT. GG. Team MPT is victorious on the Savannah map. Very well done. Very well played. So 1-0 for Team MPT. So as we see these players just talking about the map here. Talking about what they did wrong, what they could have done. And I think this is a very good recovery for Chef. He was triple team. He did sustain a lot of damage. Ghost like traded it for all these villas that he lost. And it just came down to the fact that Ert was able to sustain the double team for quite a while. A very good job by Ert. Until Chef got back up on his feet and knocked Ghostlike out of the game as well with Count Von Count's Fast Titan. The Oranos player doing exactly what he needed to do to ensure that his team won the game with the very nice use of the Titan. As we should censor this language for all the viewers watching. But it just didn't seem like the push that Ghostlike wanted to do on Chef did enough damage. But in the end, I think it was Count's execution of Oranos and the nice Titan use, and Chef just hanging in the game to get back up and keep on fighting. As well as doing a very good job to hold back the Mythic Age of Zeus. Alright guys, for all that's watching, let me just update the scoreboard here. Team MPT 1-0 on Savannah.